you have been working in agile projects, you realize how important it is to have CI/CD in place. Like other projects, Mule projects are no different. Mule provides a very useful Mule Maven plugin to deploy your apps to CloudHub or to your on-prem servers. In this video, we are going to learn about Mule Maven plugin. I'll walk you through a demo using Mule Maven plugin and deploy that particular code to CloudHub. So let's get started. So for the demo, I have a very simple application which has an HTTP listener and a set payload. The set payload sets your payload to hello world. So to make this Mule Maven plugin work, we have to edit the POM of this project. So as you can see, the set payload is setting it to hello world. So let's go to the pom.xml, and over here you have to make sure that you have Mule Maven plugin in your plugins. Then we have to add a few configuration which would help the Mule Maven plugin to understand how and where it has to deploy along with the required inputs. So I have it with me over here. Yeah, so you have to mention it in a CloudHub deployment. If it is on-prem, so this would change to other tag, but since it is a CloudHub deployment, we have kept it as CloudHub deployment. You have to pass in your anypoint platform credentials, username and password, the environment in which you wish to deploy the application, and give your application name and the Mule version that you have selected. So let's copy and paste this in the configuration. So in build you have plugins, and in plugin you have something called as configuration. So this configuration is going to hold the details for Mule Maven plugin to get the code deployed to CloudHub. So once we have completed the pom.xml, now our project is ready to be deployed through Mule Maven plugin to CloudHub. So I have an instance of anypoint platform running. I have an account created, and I'll deploy it to sandbox environment. Okay, so to get this running, I have to run a Maven command. So the Maven command is Maven clean package, which would create a jar. Then I'll deploy it, and I'll pass the parameters. As you can see in that pom.xml, you have username, password, environment, application name, and Mule version. So I will be passing those as I'll be passing those as an argument while running the command. So these are the arguments that I'll be passing in. So let's copy this command and open the location of this project. Let's go to properties and locate this project so that I can run the Maven command over there. Okay, so this is the demo app, and let's run a CMD. Okay, ensure that you have Maven installed, and here it is. I've pasted the command. So I'm creating a new jar application, deploying it, passing in my username, passing in my password, application name, environment, and Mule version. So it's running the command. So it will create a build, and once that build is done, the Mule Maven plugin will come in action and try to deploy the code to CloudHub. So see, it's trying to deploy the artifact demo app 1. Let's see if it appears here. Okay, it's starting app. Let's go to runtime. Okay, and you can see the app has come over here. Okay, it's checking if application has started. Yeah, so as you can see, it's deploying. Let's see the logs. So it's starting a CloudHub worker, and that worker would run our application. It takes some time. Let's wait for it. Okay, the application install deployment has failed, and it should fail here too. I believe the reason it's saying that requires a newest runtime version, and the one that I have is 4.2.0, because the argument that I passed had Mule version 4.2, so I have to change it to 4.2.2 and then run it. So I believe this has failed, should fail here as well. Let's wait for it. So as you can see, the deployment has failed, and the reason was that I passed the wrong runtime version, Mule runtime version. So due to that, the deployment has failed. So now let's try to rerun the command with the correct version this time. Let me paste it, and yeah, now I have the correct Mule version. So let me try it again. So as you can see, the application has been deployed successfully. Now this time what happened was, since previously the application was it was failed to deploy, but it was already in I mean it was already registered over here. So since it considered it to be deployed, so this time it saw the application and said it already exists. Since the application was already existing, it tried to redeploy, and this time the build has been completed successfully. So we have successfully deployed the application on CloudHub. Let's see, let's open the application. Maybe my internet connection is slow, that's the reason it's taking time. Let's refresh the page. So as you can see, the application is up and running. Now let's try to hit this API and see if we get the result. Okay, so we have the output as hello world. So here we have successfully deployed the application to CloudHub using Mule Maven plugin. But there's some problem over here. If you notice, we have used username and password. So we are explicitly passing the username and password in the command, right? So we want some mechanism to hide this username or password, or we would encrypt this username and password, encrypt the password and store it in some place and use it automatically. Okay, so let's see how it is done. So to encrypt the password, you can use the Maven command, which is mvn encrypt master password. You have to create two password. One is the master password, and the master password would be used to create your anypoint password. Okay, so we will use this command to create a master password. So let's copy this command and let's paste it over here. So it's generating a master password for us, and here it is. This is the master password. So now for this you have to create a security settings file in your m2 folder. So if I go to this m2 folder, I've already created a settings security.xml, and this would have the details. See, if you can see, this is the master password, which is in encrypted format. Okay, so once this password has been created and you have placed it in your settings or security file, ensure that once you create this, you create the file in your m2 folder named settings.security, and the structure of the file should be like this. So once you make this file, then you have to execute the other command, that is to encrypt your anypoint platform password. So if we copy this and paste it on the terminal. Okay, I haven't copied. So your password has been encrypted over here. So now for this password we have to edit the settings.xml, and in settings.xml I have in servers. In server you have to add the anypoint name that it has my anypoint credential. You can use whatever name you wish to. Enter your username and your encrypted password. So you can encrypt the password and then use it directly in the CloudHub deployment configuration. So let's see how can we use it. So if you see over here, you have to add this line and replace the existing username and password. Okay, so let's replace the existing username and password, and we have it over here. Okay, so now we'll edit the existing pom.xml. Since we don't want to pass username and password, we have stored it in an encrypted format. So now let's get rid of that. Yeah. So I have updated the pom, and instead of user password I have the server my anypoint credentials, and Maven would automatically fetch during the runtime from those and then decrypt the password and deploy the application to CloudHub. So let's once again run the same command, but this time without username and password. We don't need this anymore. So again, let's copy and run the command. So guys, as you can see, the build and deploy has been completed successfully. So you might be noticing a difference over here. There is a demo app 2, because previously we had deployed demo app 1, and since we were trying to use this new method and trying to redeploy it, it was getting a conflict with the demo app 1. So that's the reason I've changed it to demo app 2, because demo app was already existing and it was not allowing me to add the same thing again. So since I changed the method of authentication here, I've encrypted the password, so maybe that would be the reason. So I changed the name of the app to demo app 2, and now if I again redeploy it, it will automatically redeploy in this app itself next time when I run the command. So if you can see over here, the demo app 2 is up and running. Okay, so this is how you can use the Mule Maven plugin to deploy. So in this video we have learned how to use Mule Maven plugin to deploy your application, and along with that we have also encrypted the password of anypoint platform using the Maven commands. So that's it for this video. In the upcoming video we'll also learn how to use the Mule Maven plugin to deploy applications on our on-prem server. So thanks for watching.